about time. I got the floor now. I don't listen to all of y'all. My name is Lord Reveal Instant Allah. I hold up that name because when a father provides the essential education for his child to grow, he wants that child to grow with success. That's how come the position I have in life in general is an educator. Somebody comes with the essential tools to show you how to reach out in your environment, to reach in yourself, and to find the truth regardless of who or what. Therefore, that when you open your mouth, everybody will see the bond, which is the life that you have in your words, and that they're consistent with reality, meaning what you can see, what you can hear, and how you breathe, how you drink, and how you walk, and you will talk. That's essential. Because let's look at it. What does a father do in the household? He comes in there and makes sure you learn about your culture, your heritage. And also, then you have him also showing you how to protect yourself from anything that's other than yourself. That's the purpose of a father. So therefore, this is what I draw upon that theme. That when a father's there, he's going to be the guiding light. So that therefore, the truth that he is giving you through the education is what, as you catch on, you will what see. That's when you begin to understand. Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but until you come to understand it, you ain't going nowhere. And that was one of the essential tools that Allah had taught. Because he even stated that to Allah be, that if you want to have a conversation with me, you got to know what I know. Otherwise, we have no conversation because you're not going to understand. And that's a fact. And that's the essential tool that we build with a nation. Because a nation is a family. So the structure has to be a constructing force that you deal with education. Let's look why he was so successful. All of us here have been subjected to institutional education. And what you do when you go to that schoolhouse, all they're going to tell you is something about what they want you to know so that you can be conditioned to fit in their society. All right? They teach you geography, which is world history. But they never tell you the truth about who you are, what you are, and where you are. Yet this man took it upon himself to go because his reach was so far that it reached every doggone ghetto of hell in this country called North America or the Western Hemisphere and reached out. When we look at it further with even words, the word Occidental. Occidental means Western. And this is something that they keep hidden in institutional education. That most of it is about Occidental, where we deal with Orient. To orientate somebody is to make them aware of a particular idea or thought or particular philosophy in which they may begin to weigh the facts and circumstances in their life out and know where they fit in on this planet. You find out who you are and what you are and where you are and able to apply it once you orientate yourself. But if you become Occidental, meaning Westernized, you will not see a doggone thing. Example, what Arkil brought up about how the people became Yaqub. Let me tell you something. 8,400 years before he was born, it was an idea that there was somebody like him on the way because of how people was acting up before then. That was a warning, okay? So it was already like that. Then once he got here, he was able to gather 59,999 people and said, come on. We told him, yeah, well, go ahead. You get on out of here. You know what you're going to do. And that's when we wind up on the island of Pivon, also known as Patmos. Revelation 1:9, an island situated on the Aegean Sea. Little history about that. He was the father of that world. So I ain't going to waste my talking energy on him. I'm talking about the fathers that we are right here. Because when you have a father that has a son, You have a cup of milk, you understand? And you take that cup of milk, which you have in this full one, you pour in this one. And you gave it like that. And in turn, does the same thing over and over again. Such as the original black man does when he is reproducing his what? Self. That's how he goes farther and doesn't stand still where he's at. Because that's the whole purpose. Is to nourish unto perfection his ability to reproduce itself over and over again in the mental, physical, and emotional realms so that he becomes the dominating fact and force of the universe for now and forever. Never stopping. This is why when we look at the Father, we actually see who the story of Jesus was about. They tried to lock him up in the cave and couldn't do it. The stone was moved. Then what happened when he came out? The children wanted to go back to their own country, but did not know how to swim the 9,000 miles. So he came out and he showed them. Look at when he left temple number 7. He was one by himself, but 3 came along with him. Notice the numbers. Then from those, you had 9 children that were brought to the realization of who the true and living God is. So we look at these numbers. We got 3 that came with him, stepping with him, 1 arguing with him all the time while they were battling about how the supreme mathematics should be. And then you had the other 2 who were standing there, one who would later on say, I'm Allah, who the gods later on. Other brothers said, oh no, no you're not, and wanted to snuff him. But Allah said, no, you can't do that. What he said is right and exact. Then you got those 9. You put that 9 plus that 3 together, which you got 12. So what that made Allah? The master. Let's look at his history. When he's in temple number 7, his honorable name, Clarence, he was the 13th. That's for a reason. And it had an X behind it, because he was the master of the unknown, of that which we didn't know at that time. We didn't know who he was. And he came and he showed forth and proved. So why you going to look? He said, if I ain't God, then who is? Who is? Show me, please. Show me. He didn't care if you was black or Caucasian. Show me who he is. And you stand there and people like, They're looking all in the sky, looking on the ground. Some people drinking, they drink, chugging it down and then getting up and leaving. How come? Because he had the knowledge and understanding in which we were so in need of. Because we were stuck like we was in school when they were teaching us algebra and said 1/3 plus blank equals X. Sitting there like, Dad, how did I do this? Until finally one day you was able to go in there and say, I got that, and pass the test. Because the real test is this here. This is our school. This is our school. Not no doggone schoolhouse. You know, these are basic instructions before leaving Earth. Because we write these things. We write the history. We're the ones that make it so that we are fashioning a whole new environment on a daily basis by the second. We ain't got to wait no hour. When I renew my history, it's going on right now. Because this is the type of person I am, and that's the name that I am. I ain't wait for my name to make me. That's the name I came here with. When I came out my mama's womb, that's when I knew who I was. I said, well, if I made it through there, I can make it through anywhere else. And that's it. Because if a child is able to go zigzag zig and get here and say, Mama, I love you and thank you, I got something else to do, and just step up, you step up to the square and stand on that square and be right and exact, then you can represent the truth. Because that's what the truth is. This is what we was given. That's why we were given what some people might call a catechism, where you repeat things. Because the following question must be answered 100% before submitting the student to say lesson number 1. We say, okay, enough of that. You ain't a student, you're a seed. Because seeds grow. All students don't. All right, so we did that. Because when you're looking at enrollment, that means to take something inwardly, and a roll means to make it worth 360 degrees, something that is rounded off, and your mental ability to take the truth and add on. Some of us are going to be doctors because we're that by nature. Others will be ministers. Others will be house builders, road builders. Some will be petrochemical scientists, where you can sit there and, now we got something we can put in the gas tank that won't fumigate the atmosphere, killing people, giving them respiratory problems such as emphysema or asthma. All these things is what the Father inspired, what Allah inspired. I love calling him Allah because that's his name. Father is a title of recognition of somebody who holds and fashions a family and guides them and protects them with the truth. And that's the essence of equality in our supreme alphabet. Father, where it goes a lot further. When you look at the notes of music, you go do, re, mi, fa, which is the first two letters and the pre-suffix in the name and title and word Father. That's what goes further. This is education. Education goes a long way. That's why it's essential. So, you know, master that which you get in the institutional parts, but it's when you come on home. What begins in the home? Because the planet Earth is the what? Home of our self, Lord and Master, right? All right, that represents the substance. But the thing about it, in order to get back home, swim 9,000 miles, don't be a doggone fool. You know, don't get up there and think you're going to go jump in that Atlantic Ocean and swim all the way back there to learn who you are, when all you got to do is jump in the ocean of your thought and find out by swimming in your thoughts to get back home. Because if not, I tell you what, I'll go rent a bus, and anybody want to jump in the Atlantic Ocean, tell them I'll meet them on the bus, and I will take them down there. Like that good ship Jesus that they keep crying for, talking about, oh, Jesus, carry me home. I'll carry you home, all right. I'll take you home. While I'm driving that doggone bus, I'm going to be looking in the rearview mirror. I'm going to tell you the story of your life. And then by the time I finish, when I stop for a rest stop, you'll be like, wait a minute, I'm getting off here. Well, where you getting off? I'm finding my way home. That's all it is. That's what Allah came to show us. Find our way home. And that's what he was. He was a father that was looking for his children who was lost, so they could find their way home. And no excuses. And that's what he rendered. That's what he gave. That's why, as it was pointed out, that he dealt with some things that was unknown to individuals at that time. Because a lot of the sciences he dealt with, others came to him. And that's what was so swift. Because even my teen years, standing on the corner there chock full of nuts with a brand new pair of floor-signed shoes, I'm standing there looking at how these brothers with bald heads is going by and then going up the block, and everybody looking at them, while Charles Kenyatta standing up on a platform with a microphone was on him because he was telling us how to be fruitful and multiply. And all I could do was just stand there and kept looking, and it stayed with me. So that's the essence of today's mathematics, because it is through our wisdom that you begin to see the equality of education. Because the structure of education is to build regardless to whom or what, because that is what makes queens, babies, nations, and civilization, and causes the rain to drop when you make it so. Peace.
Peace. Peace.